I'm logging in, guys, so give me a second.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for all being here today. Gotta make sure I gotta mic my Twitch at the same time. Today is February 3rd. It is 5 p.m. UTC, 9 a.m. PST, and 12 p.m. EST. My name is Game Dizzy the Grizzly. I'm your host today here at the SandStorm, the first metaverse education platform connecting brands and builders. I'm very excited to be here with you folks today. Today we have what I would say a very valuable guest in the Sandbox community from Sandhelm. Welcome, Holly and Lucas. What are you guys say?
Hey, thanks. Doing great.
Really happy to be here.
I mean, it is definitely an honor to be able to interview you guys. I mean, I've been, I've recently just got into Sandhelm, like deeper. But I've been obviously looking into it since you guys are so in the community. But yeah, I'm very honored to have you guys on the show. So let's kick this thing off. We got a lot of people in the chat. How's it going, everyone? We got Vpire, Mr. Winning. Shout outs to everybody. Sparky. Oh man. All right, guys, let's get started. We even have who is it there? We have Holly and Sandhelm right now. This is we're looking at the Sandhelm social hub right now. You can actually enter the Sandhelm social hub from the featured experiences. If you don't know how to do that, here's a YouTube link. That YouTube link specifically directs to SandStorm. You just want to make sure you go into the Sandhelm one. Yeah, this is the Sandhelm social hub, guys. All right, let's get this started. Holly and Lucas, welcome, guys. Can you guys talk to us a little bit about the background on yourselves and then some background on the project?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Lucas and I met, oh gosh, going on a year ago now, and we both had a mutual interest in RPGs, and we're kind of old school gamers. And we hooked up with Zeus, who's kind of the same way. We just all share a real passion for this kind of gaming. And I acquired a 3x3, and we started building and started building Sandhelm. And it's been it's been amazing. I can honestly say life changing. I've met so many amazing people and had so many wonderful opportunities that I wouldn't have had otherwise. I really believe that. So it's been great. And Lucas and Zeus are fantastic partners, and I mean, we just couldn't be more excited about the future of Sandhelm.
She says partners, and it is a partnership, and it's kind of crazy because I feel like before all this went down, before I got involved with the Sandhelm and the metaverse, that I didn't really understand what a partnership was supposed to be. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
speaking purely business wise. I have an amazing relationship with an incredibly loving wife, but from a business standpoint, I feel like it was just I had a very cloudy perception of what things were supposed to be because this feels more like a family than anything else, and it's a family with an extended family that's continuing to grow on a regular
Mhm.
basis, and it's just I can't even begin to describe how much this has improved. Just my mental health alone, financial status has improved, my mental health has
Right.
improved, my overall just opinion of the world around me has improved, and it's all based on the foundation of Sandhelm, and it's absolutely wonderful.
I can definitely relate. I definitely understand where you guys are coming from. Like I personally started streaming because of Sandbox, and then Sandbox in general as a community is what kind of kicked it off for me. And I definitely can relate to everything you guys are saying. And I'm very, very excited to see where, this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? And it's so exciting. So how did the project, you guys so met, how did the project start? Like, how did it begin? How did you find each other?
Well, we actually were on some of the same streams, um, and just kind of I was trying to learn about the sandbox. I did I had an NFT art drop with the sandbox that went
Hmm.
really well, and that's actually how Zeus reached out to me after that. He's a he's basically our full-time artist, and
Hmm.
he was really interested in the way that I was doing things, and so we kind of struck up a conversation and a friendship. And I my mom actually is a huge history buff, and I had gone to visit her and sketched out Sandhelm while I was at her house, and just talking to her about medieval history and what this could be like, and she was super into
Hmm.
it, and it just kind of grew from there. By the time I came home, I was all in and just started building and scooped them up in the process.
I
That's so
remember
awesome.
when you had that meeting with your mom, when you sat down and you guys talked. We spoke either it was either the same day or like directly after that, and just the excitement and joy and just enthusiasm was so infectious.
That
Yeah, it
is
was
awesome.
special.
That is awesome. I see some people say, "So Mass, we love you guys." They really are. I can say for Lucas and Holly, they are reaching out to the community, helping everyone, including myself. So I really appreciate them being so involved into the community. And I think you guys are doing such a great job. Sansu's not here. Shout out to him too. He's doing an amazing job with the artwork as well. And
Yeah,
it's just the three of you guys in terms of team right now, right? Are you guys? It's just the three
Uh,
of you.
well, it's funny you should mention that because
funny thing.
we actually have a couple of other members that joined us, part-time artists,
Ooh.
and we're actually adding more. So we're going to be growing pretty substantially here. Um,
You guys
large.
want to hire me?
We can talk about that. Um, yeah, we're actually we're going to be expanding pretty substantially, and I would love to explain in greater detail why that is. But I will just say that we have really, really big news coming, and
Nice. Let's go.
and so yeah, Sandhelm is going to get much bigger and much better, and we're super excited.
The fun thing
Awesome.
about all this is I feel like every couple of weeks we say we have some big news or something big is coming or something big is happening, and it's not empty words. It's always true and it's always happening. And I'm starting to I'm starting to lose perspective on the next big thing because big things just keep eclipsing the previous big things, and
Right.
it's such a crazy a blessing to be involved in a situation like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can definitely see it building up. And then you guys mentioned that you bought the original 3x3. Did you guys buy other land after the fact?
Before
Yeah.
and after.
Yeah, we've we
Oh, before and
we
after.
all have
Okay.
yeah, we all have quite a bit of land at this point, and a lot of room to expand, which is nice. It gives us the freedom to be able to plan, you know, really large projects. I mean, a 3 by 3 for anyone that has done any kind of development on land, they know
Hmm.
that 3 by 3 is really large when it
Right.
comes to, I mean, this that we're standing on is, just a 1 by 1,
One by one.
and we're just on the ground floor here. So there's a lot of space, and it's a lot of work,
Hmm.
and it's to us, I think it's really important that we kind of went all in and showed the community that we're really committed to building a really unique and special experience. And to us, that meant building an open world, a world that was a 3 by 3 that you could explore. It wasn't
Hmm.
blocked off by where you were going from one by one to the next,
Right.
kind of unlockable. We wanted an experience that was really um, immersive and just really large. And so that's why we started with the 3x3, and then we knew we were actually going to go on from there. So that extra land gives us the freedom, to be able to plan, more big projects for Sandhelm.
Yeah, think Dungeons and Dragons meets Daggerfall. It's
Wow.
yeah, we're going for that truly open world experience, and this isn't going to be your typical side scroller by any means. We won't be forced into
Hmm.
any sort of a box, and I think that that's part of what makes those types of games really special. That's what makes a D&D campaign truly special is you don't have to do anything. If the DM wants to throw some curveballs your way, that's cool,
Right.
but I can take this journey off the path if I want to, and we'll just see what happens. And that's part of what we're going to implement in this to make it a truly special but ever expanding experience. Is
Right.
ever expansive is the phrase that I've been using to describe this as on the whole, and that's what I really want people to focus on, because this isn't
Hmm.
going to be a one shot. This isn't going to be a tiny game that opens and closes, or is able to fit on a one by one, like Holly said. It's going to be
Right.
a series of quests built on top of a series of quests that'll eventually be built on top of more quests. So
Right. And I want to touch back to that real quick. There's a question that said, why Sandbox and not another platform? Is like, what is it, the ease of use that you guys just saw Sandbox and just not at another platform, or are you guys looking into other platforms or possibly even creating your own metaverse?
I know there's a couple reasons. Holly, you want to take that, and then I'll take my
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, I think when I first started looking at the Sandbox, part of it could because I looked at many different metaverses, and I wanted to make sure that I was making a smart investment because I knew that I was
Hmm.
going to invest. And so I did my due diligence, and I learned a lot about the Sandbox and the founders, Artur and Sebastian, their
Hmm.
previous game development and on mobile, and what the plans for the Sandbox were moving forward in the future. And to me, it was just absolutely a no-brainer. I mean, once
Right.
I looked at all of those aspects of it, it made complete sense to me. And then the other thing I think, and I know Lucas is going to talk about the same one of the same things, so I'll skip over that one. But what I was going to, because we share the same view on on the
Yeah.
Sandbox and how we feel about them. But um, the other thing for me personally was that I came from the artist side,
Hmm.
and even though I've done some programming and I had done some development work in the past, and I'd done a lot of web development, I came from the artist part. And I realized the sandbox allows us to bridge the gap between artists who may not be the best at programming
Right.
and programmers who may not be the best at art. And
Right.
between Vox Edit and the game maker, somebody can actually do all those things. And it doesn't have
Right.
to be as elaborate or crazy as, what we're doing. But, I mean, you really can do it in here. And to me, that's something really special and something that really differentiates the sandbox from other metaverse.
Right. Right. And I definitely agree with all that. And Lucas, you wanted to add to that?
Oh, this is actually one of my favorite questions to answer. It came from a couple reasons. It was like kind of a threefold answer. Um, when I first started getting into this space, the reason I did was because one of my best friends and my mentor and all this kind of like he drew me into it, and he was excited about the sandbox and a couple of the other digital worlds, a couple of the other metaverse worlds that we have at our fingertips here, and I am notoriously narrow-minded, or I have a very I get tunnel vision. It's hard for me to focus on multiple things. So focusing on multiple metaverses wouldn't have been possible for me. So
Right.
I decided to kind of or I sat back and did a bunch of my own research after getting involved with the sandbox with him and them. And I actually had a series of questions, and I
Hmm.
messaged them over to COOs and CEOs from all the different metaverses and asked them, just different questions regarding like, their longevity, their plan for, rollouts, how sustainability, all these different ideas. And
Mhm.
I was not expecting a response from anyone. I just wanted to see what would happen because, I was new to this space and I'm a big fan of the, if I don't take the shot, I'm not going to make it. If I take the shot and I miss, that's fine, but at
Right.
least I took it. But
Right.
so I figured I'm going to message all these powerful people and see what happens. And I had a response from Seb within, it was like 11 hours. And it wasn't
Wow.
just a response. Like it was a detailed, well thought out, personalized response where he went over every single bullet point of what I messaged him. Like he was, all
Mhm.
right, here's your first question. Here's an answer to that. Here's your second question. Here's an answer
Right.
to that. And he gave me very detailed response to everything. And it was such a well thought out response that I was like, if this is what the COO is like,
Yeah.
what's the company like as a whole? Because, like all the positivity is going to roll downhill and it's going to
Of
snowball.
course.
So this is amazing. But then, so that got me really excited. And then I didn't hear back from anybody else. So that kind of like rubbed me the wrong way for other departments as well. So I heard back from the Sandbox, didn't hear back from any of the other worlds. But then on top of all that, like in the real world, I own my own marketing company. And
Right.
so purely from a marketing standpoint, if you just pull up the Sandbox on your computer and you go to the map page, it's such a beautiful thing. Like all you have to do is take one look at that
Mhm.
and you can see who's involved in the space. You can see
Right.
MetaKey and the South China Morning Post and Looks Rare and Zedrun and The Walking Dead and Atari and Snoop Dogg
Finance. Yeah.
and Steve Aoki and just all these incredible partners who
Right.
paid to be here. They are going to put in time, effort, and money as major brands around the world. You have all these different companies, all these different brands, all these different celebrities pushing and promoting from an individual standpoint. That is
Mhm.
powerful. And if you go to some of the other metaverses and you look at their maps, you don't see anything like this. The
Right.
visual side effect from this is so
Appealing, right?
powerful.
Yeah.
It's such a good feeling. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and I've looked at this map 1,000 times plus. Every morning I wake up and I probably take a look at it at least once or twice during the day. And every single time I get excited by looking at it. And this isn't my first time, So I can only imagine what newcomers think when they look at this. They look at this map and they see all these big names and they see these logos they recognize, and that's going to get them excited too. So
Exactly.
it's positive energy, building positive energy, and they did it in such a way that was so easy to digest that people would be crazy to look at this and not get excited.
Exactly.
Can I add one thing
Yeah.
about the
Sure,
Sandbox?
sure.
Because
Yes.
I've had more dealings with them since the last time we talked, and so I've gotten to know more of them and more of the people behind the scenes, and I think the biggest thing that I can say about them that separates them from, um, other projects maybe, or at
Mhm.
least in my view and things I've been involved with in the past, is it's not just that it's a passion project for them, I think, because I really believe that. I mean, I think that's
Mhm.
why Lucas got the response that he got,
Right.
but also they're actually just really advocates for all of us. Like
Yeah.
Right.
they really are. Like they want us to succeed and they do everything in their power to help us do that like every
Right.
day. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, it's
No.
No, no,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
I completely agree.
that's really impressive. And
There's a reason starving artist is a phrase, like a
Right.
common household phrase. And I feel like the Sandbox is doing their part to kind of like do away with that. And that's this is a group of people that have just been, kind of beaten down by just society as a whole for
Right.
so long. And they're just really like Holly just everything Holly just said, it's amazing. They really
Yeah,
do
yeah.
truly care about the community.
And I definitely feel that myself too. Coming from like an engineering background, like as I was a kid, I was more of an artist than I was an engineer. I was just curious, but that's how my life continued. I would do art every now and then for my personal needs, right? But why I didn't become a professional artist was because it's a starving, like that's the phrase, right? Starving artist, artists
Hmm.
starve, right? And when I saw Sandbox and like the NFT communities coming together, and specifically Sandbox kicked that off for me, I was just like, ooh, like I have the engineering experience, and now I can like actually bring my inner artist out finally, and I have this platform that I can do it on, and that's definitely what kicked it for myself as well. And I definitely understand what you guys are coming from. We have people I've actually got lost in there. If you guys are looking at the screen right now, so Sam is definitely lost. He has no idea where he's going in the tunnels. And this is one of the things that's really impressive, guys, on the featured experience. If you guys go to Sandhelm, there's so much detail on a one by one map, and I don't even think they're done, because if you do like little wall peaks, there's areas that are still empty, and I'm sure
Oh, yeah.
they're going to fill that up. But the tunnels in there is just, oh, man, I got lost in here. I wanted to message Lucas, and I was like, is there anywhere I can go to that specific spot that I see on the map from a wall peak? But it's just awesome. It's just so, and we're gonna have a hide and seek event in there tomorrow, and that's gonna be fun as well. So before going out of topic, guys, there was a few questions that I did miss. One of the questions came from Lozen. You guys know Lozen. What's the Sandhelm
Oh,
Writers Guild?
she's amazing.
She
Oh,
is.
um, yeah, so thanks for asking. The Sandhelms Writers Guild, we're really excited to have folks who want to help write the lore for Sandhelm and create the world that we're all going to be living in basically in
Hmm.
here. And because I come from being a writer, that was a real passion aspect of this for me, is to help other people um, be involved in that, get published, do those, have that kind of feeling of being involved and helping build this world. And so we started the Writers Guild. We're probably going to have some others, but we wanted to start with the Writers Guild first. And so if you hold an NFT, a Sandhelm Heroes NFT, you can take part in the Writers Guild, and you can go to our Discord channel, and there's a Writers Guild channel in there. And there's actually a form um, that you can fill out, and we can get started and building this world together. So really excited about that. Thank you for asking. It's something that I know a lot of people have been asking about and are excited for, and I am too. So I can't wait to see what everybody comes up with and what
Hmm.
we can build together.
And I love that you guys are very interactive with the community, bringing the community in to kind of build out this world. Do you need any type of writing experience to be able to join the Writers Guild? Or like, let's say I'm not really good at writing, but I have ideas.
No,
Could I
absolutely.
join?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the kind of the beauty of it, is the way that we're planning to do it is it's going to be um all experience levels pretty much. Like if you have something to contribute, we want to know that. We want
Hmm.
to um to help put that in the world. And so that may just be naming one of the cats. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of Sandhelm cats running around, and or one of the npcs or a background. People have had amazing ideas for like npcs and their names and their backgrounds, or whole groups of people. We've had some great input already from the community, and that's kind of what we're looking for, is just really anybody that wants to be a part of it.
Awesome. So Sam, can you just pull up my screen real quick? I want to share something on Sandhelm's site. Uh, for the community. Yeah, guys. All right. So here we have the Sandhelm site. You guys can find out information here. You can mint. I actually minted mine very recently, so it's pretty cheap. 0.07. You see all the rarities plus gas, obviously, and gas is pretty low. I think yesterday it was. I don't know what it is now. We got some awesome heroes and raids. And are these going to be the only heroes? Will there be more heroes to come? That was actually one of the questions that I wanted to tie this into.
There's definitely going to be more heroes to come. We already have several more that we have in the lore. Um, and So yeah, we will have drops later on, and obviously the way that for people who don't know how that the sheet works, the hero that you get on the NFT when you mint is what will be airdropped to you after the
Mm-hmm.
launch of the sandbox, and so you will get
Mm-hmm.
that character. The items that are around them, we will be choosing. It may be based on rarity, but we're not really sure. We've got some favorites that,
Right.
we may just wanna do anyway.
Everybody does.
Yeah, like a wheel of cheese or something.
Right.
But we're gonna pick, some items and airdrop those. We have the metadata, so we know who has all those things, and we can
Right.
airdrop those specific items from your sheet. So, the more items you have on your sheet or the more hero, NFTs you have, the better chance you have of getting a sandbox item airdropped. So that's really fun, and we're looking forward to a lot more things like that in the future in terms of, like you said, bringing in more heroes,
Mm-hmm.
having more items, having more awards for playing and things like that.
And one
Awesome.
thing I'd like to kind of hyper focus on here regarding what Holly said is, the sandbox has its marketplace, and there are potential items you can pick up there all day long. And that is wonderful. We're not disparaging that in any way, shape, or form. That's something we will
Mm-hmm.
absolutely be taking part in. But, when you purchase one of our NFTs, like Holly was saying, you get the avatar is guaranteed. That is something that you're going to get airdropped to you. But the other more surprising items that are not guaranteed, like those aren't going to be things that people can buy on the primary market. Those are things that
Mm-hmm.
you'll only be able to purchase on the secondary market after the airdrops commence. So they will have a rarity scale to them based off of a limited production number alone. And it's going to be something that I do believe as time goes on, these will be semi valuable items to say the least.
Nice.
'Cause I
Nice.
mean,
And
if,
did
if we've seen
Zan did sorry, did Sanzus create this, or was it kind of collaborative effort
it
between
was
the two of
collaborative
you?
effort.
Oh,
When I
okay.
say
Nice,
collaborative, I
nice.
mean I'm more ideas. I cannot draw a stick figure to save my life. I can speak and I can throw ideas at the wall pretty good, but all the artistic side of it was Holly and Zeus, 100%.
Nice, nice. Awesome work, guys. Awesome work. And in terms of yeah, go ahead,
Oh, I was
Holly.
just gonna say thank you. It's really, we work hard, and sometimes we work so hard that we don't lift our heads up too often.
Right.
And so it's nice to hear that feedback, and I know it's very important to Zeus because he works extremely hard and on all the amazing things. I personally believe he's, the best artist and the best animator in the sandbox, and what he does is amazing, and so it's really nice to hear that, and so I appreciate that. We will definitely pass it along.
Actually, I
Thank
just
you.
dropped Zeus's Twitter in the disc, or I'm sorry, the Twitch chat. If you guys could give him a follow really quick, I know he would really appreciate that
Yeah,
because
let's go, guys.
Yeah, that would make him happy. He's kind of quiet.
he's very quiet, but he's also incredibly talented, and I would love it if more people saw the true talent that is Sanzus.
Go raid Zeus, says so Tim.
There you
Let's go.
go.
Everybody go raid Zeus. Actually, I should be following him. I'll just double check. Let
Can
me make sure I follow him. Yeah, I'm already following him.
can can
I'm
I
already following him.
can I just give a shout out to Half Dork, which I think is like the
A wonderful
fun
name.
the funniest name I've seen in a while. I love
Half
that.
Thorg is he's definitely family.
I love that.
Alrighty, guys. So, let me see what I have in my list of questions. All right. What's kind of the NFT projects or other projects that inspired you to kind of make Sandhelm?
Well, to be honest with you, I was kind of clueless when I started Sandhelm. I was kind of going off of, other uh, games that I had played in, other formats that weren't metaverse. So
Mm-hmm.
I was, I always date myself when you ask these questions, but I started with like Ultima Online, which was a long time
Mm-hmm.
ago. Um, and I just played kind of every game ever since that was online, like EverQuest and just all of those, World of Warcraft. And so
Mm-hmm.
I was just kind of pulling from that rather than the NFT side of it.
Mm-hmm.
As we've gotten into here, of course, we've met amazing creators and, you know, are constantly inspired by what everyone else is doing. Monochrome, obviously, their
Right.
family, and they're just unbelievably creative. If you haven't watched their movie, you need to do that. I just did that a couple weeks ago. It was awesome. Um, it There's so many amazingly creative people, and I think it's so early that they're just now getting discovered and will
Mm-hmm.
be, going forward, and that's so exciting to me because I think people will just be amazed at the talent when Sandbox launches and everyone sees what is being created in here because it's kind of, it's kind of kept under wraps for the most part.
Right. Right.
I think people are just going to be blown away. I really do.
I get jealous all the time when I see something. I'm like, how did this person come up with this? Like, it's just amazing what people come up with, and like the amount of talent just makes you feel worthless in terms of your own art. It's like, okay, I'll just go back to like drawing stick figures.
At
But
least you can
yeah,
draw stick
there's
figures. I got nothing.
um, but yeah, so another question that I have with the heroes is there an advantage of having multiple versus having one? Like, should people try to get all four heroes or all six heroes versus just having one? What's kind of like your game perspective
Well, we
as
put a
to
there are a couple things, and I'll let Holly take part of this question. But one of the things that we put into place was we put a limit on how many individuals can purchase. Now,
Mhm,
if you want to have multiple wallets and you want to load up in multiple wallets, we can't stop that. But
right.
one of the things that we did do is it's 12 per wallet. And we did that for a number of reasons. But also, we wanted to be able to reward people. We're not going to say what it is quite yet,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
for the people that actually do purchase the limit and have their wallet loaded up like that, we will be doing an incredibly special airdrop. And
Okay.
it's something that everybody's going to be happy with.
Okay. Awesome. All right. You don't spill the beans.
There
I
are
know
no floor
floor.
beans to be had right now.
We have
I know
we
fully. I know they taste good, but
We have
don't do
so
it
many
yet.
secrets. I know it's like every day we're just like, we can't say anything, but trust us, this is amazing. But it really is.
I just love all the secrets that go on. I try to like find out all the secrets and just like keep them to myself. Just makes me feel special. But you guys can let me know. I won't tell anyone. I promise.
Sure.
It's just between us,
um,
just a conversation between friends. There's nobody else here listening.
exactly. Will there be any like play to earn capabilities within Sandhelm? Right. Obviously, there is. We're buying the heroes. We're taking part in the building process. Will there be any play to earn? And will people that don't have heroes still be able to access the lands?
I'll let Lucas take the first part of that and I'll take the second part. So basically how it's going to work is if you have a hero, you will be able to access everything in the lands. And, I say lands because this is, it's gonna get pretty large
Right.
at a point. Um, if you don't have a hero, you can still play. We'll have beginning chapters that you can experience, Sandhelm and kind of,
Sort of like a pre-alpha
yeah,
type thing.
just kind of like a, it'll always be there, but it's just kind
Mhm.
of like a test drive, to
Right.
see if it's your kind of thing. And if it is, then, you can join us and get a hero and come along for the rest. But yeah, you'll definitely be able to access it. You just won't be able to access um all of the goodies.
Mhm.
Okay, so she had said I would take the first part and she would take that part. So what part am I taking now?
The play to earn. I
Oh,
get
yeah. Play to earn it mechanics. So our goal is 100% to have a play to earn mechanic built into this. Um, as far as how that will play out, that depends on how the sandbox sets things up. So we're kind of at their mercy, but I say that with the most positive and bright shining rainbows of intention here, because
Mhm.
as of right now, what we have learned from everything we have done with them is if there is a situation where they can make things good for us and the users, they go above and
Mhm.
beyond. Like,
Right.
perfect example of this is uh the initial alpha season.
Right.
Originally that was only supposed to go to like 1,000 people, and it was
Mhm.
just supposed to be landowners. And then they just had so much interest in it that they were like, "Man, let's open it up to another 4,000 people." And so
Yeah.
5,000 people got in, and the millions of dollars in sand that they gave away free and willingly, they just did.
Right.
They were like, "You know what? This
Right.
would be really cool if we did this." They didn't have to. Nobody forced
They
them to.
definitely, of
Nobody was owed that, but they did it anyway. It
course.
was amazing. And then
And I don't
another
think any of the other metaverses or anything have done anything similar that I know of,
in no way, shape, or form that I
honestly.
know of either.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we just at the end of the year here, they did a landholders sand airdrop. So if you
Right.
held land for a certain amount of time, or you owned land beyond a certain point in time, they just gave you free sand for no reason. They were just like, "Hey,
Right.
here's some free sand," and people were like, "Say what now?" And you didn't really, nobody earned that. Like, this is something that they gave from the goodness of their heart. And so with those instances as examples in mind, we're very hopeful for what we will be able to accomplish when it comes to the play to earn side of things, because that is absolutely something that we're going to be doing. Um,
Man, speaking of land, that is one of the biggest regrets that I personally have, and the reason why I have a regret is I found Sandbox before, like way before, like when it was in their original. But I even played their like mobile game, the little, like I was like way early on it. I saw the land, and I was telling my wife, and I was like, "Look, people are gonna start buying land on the metaverse," and I'm like, "It's crazy, like this world that we're gonna live in." And it was like I think $100 or something per plot, which if I remember correctly. And I wanted to buy like nine, right? And I wanted to spend like $1,000. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait a little bit more because I didn't know what that picture represented, right? There was no like 3D, there was no voxels. It was just an image. And when when the metaverse announcements happen, especially with Facebook going into metaverse and everything, and the FUD around that, but I was like, oh my god, I just missed the boat, and then obviously prices just skyrocketed. But that is, I'm definitely trying to get land myself. And speaking of that, there is a land drop, guys, on February 10th. Make sure you don't miss out. I think it's about 300 plus something lands. I think people should definitely get an opportunity because I've been trying to get it for the past 2 or 3 land drops and I haven't been successful. So
well,
those who got in there were definitely lucky.
there's another thing that we can throw in there for people such as yourself. Um, that's actually one of the original one of the original marketing tools we were using to kind of give back to the community. Was the Sandhelm is giving away one of its a plot of land.
Oh
So
wow!
every person that purchases one of our NFTs, anybody that purchases a hero, gets a raffle ticket, basically. Like, there's no actual physical
Awesome.
raffle ticket, but we're
Right.
obviously, we have the blockchain, we have all the information we need to make this happen. And so if you've purchased 12 avatars, or if you purchased 12 NFTs from us, you have 12 raffle tickets sitting in your wallet waiting for you, or 12, let's say, metaphorical raffle tickets waiting for you for
Hmm.
when we do this draw. And once we hit that 10,000 marker, we're going to do this land giveaway. And so, I mean, 10,000 to 1 odds are not, they're not too bad, Dizzy.
Right. They're not. I already got my one, so I'm gonna look into getting the other 12, so or the other 11.
Well, I'm just
But
saying, like, that's definitely something that we're
Well,
excited about, because we want to be able to like provide that opportunity, because a lot of the people that are getting involved with us and with this, they're game makers themselves. The community as a
right.
whole, we've seen there are so many builders, there are so many artists, there are so many developers in our community already. And for them to, not have land and win one from us, I mean,
Right.
I'm not trying to overstate the importance here, but that's super special. And
That
I'm
is
really
super
excited
special,
about
and it's a
that.
very limited time offer, man. You guys, and you guys, I think you guys already. Do you know what? I know I got 405. I don't know what it is now. Of what was minted, and still we're still in the early, phases of this huge project. But do you guys have like a rate of like when you're expecting to finish all the mints, or the date? Well, this might be happening.
Well, we've been kind of flying under the radar so far,
Hmm.
and the way we did things is really just word of mouth and community building, and
Right.
so it's which is how we wanted it. We wanted
Hmm.
to build a group of players that were really excited and wanted to be with us, and so we were really upfront about that in the from the very beginning, that this was not a project that was meant to be flipped necessarily.
Or sold out
And
immediately.
yeah, or sold out immediately. So I suspect that with some of the news that we have coming up here shortly,
Hmm.
that that's probably going to pick up pretty substantially. But
Yes.
What kind of news, Holly?
oh, news.
The secret kind.
Nice
There's skulls, there's
try.
crossbones. You
Nice,
know, there
nice
might be a
try.
dragon or two. Who knows?
Oh, I'm excited. Let's
I'm
go,
literally
guys. Let's
throwing out
go.
nonsense to throw you off the trail, but yeah.
For real, connection with our communities in Port Sandhelm has this concept. Like, I definitely agree to with Lozen.
Well, one of
And
one of the things that I really wanted to bring up is this, and it kind of builds off of what Holly was just saying in regards to our we call it a slow burn. And one of the things that we've seen with a lot of projects
mhm,
is that they sell out immediately, but then the community doesn't
is not there.
understand
Right,
that just because we sold out immediately doesn't mean the project's going to be ready next month. There's still,
right,
like, the
right.
average game development takes like 4 or 5 years. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously we're not going to take 4 or 5 years to produce Sandhelm or put that out, but I'm saying the average community takes 4 or 5 years, or average gaming project takes 4 or 5 years to build.
right,
And so when you have these amazing, gigantic projects that sell out immediately, they get a lot of negative energy and press because
right,
people don't understand, like, hey, it's going to be another year or two before you can actually play with the avatar you just purchased. And so
right.
the way that we discussed it from the very beginning that we thought would be the best was, like we said, build organically, slowly over time. That way we could properly set expectations. We could allow for actual growth to bring in more excitement and more energy. And over time, our slow burn would definitely sell out, but it will take
Right.
time, but it'll be better for the community once we finally cross that finish line.
Yeah, I definitely feel that way too. The slower burn, obviously, or the slower mint cycle is definitely better for the community because you get more closer connections, more stronger connections. I mean, I've been in this community for 2 months now, and I feel like there's 50 plus people that I like actually know in real person when I haven't met them at all. Including you guys, and I just feel so welcomed in, and it's just this community is just awesome, and I love everyone in it. And this is something I said on my streams as well. If you're not a good fit for Sandbox kind of kicks you out. Like, like the community just doesn't accept. Like, how you're trying to absorb something, you just won't be absorbed, and you go to the Centraland or something. But
Oh, poor the
yeah.
Centraland.
But yeah. So, what does the slots mean on these cards? What do they mean?
Yeah, so it's basically like your like an inventory sheet, like what you would carry around in an adventure. Now, I will give you some of them are a little different. There's a fish on there, for example.
I like the
Uh
fish. Not gonna lie.
um but yeah, I that is basically like you'll see a lot of them are named. Um
So, Tim, can
and
you pull it up real quick? The
Yeah,
screen.
if you look on the rarity table, you'll see that a lot of the items, I'd say probably most of them, are actual names. And those are all items and people that are actually in Sandhelm. So all of the things on your sheet, um, probably including cheese and fish, are actually part of Sandhelm. And so you'll be able to go and travel the world and those see those items or see those people or you know maybe
Hmm.
get those items. I mean, so that's kind of the whole thing. For us, the lore and the storytelling absolutely 100% comes first. This is really largely narrative driven, and so that's very important to us, and so everything we do is incredibly calculated in terms of how the storytelling and the lore all fits together, and that includes all of those inventory items.
Awesome. So will these items will eventually will they get airdropped to the users
Yeah,
or?
that's what I was talking about. Some of them we will choose. Um, we'll just pick some, and
Hmm.
so we will, and like I said, we have the metadata for who has those. So
Of
we'll
course.
we'll pick some, and whoever has those will get that airdrop.
Awesome. Awesome. And tomorrow, guys, just a quick repost from King of Crypto. He is a streamer on Twitch as well. He's going to have a party on the Sandhelm Hub where everybody is on screen right now at 12 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. UTC. There's going to be music, games, giveaways. Bunch of streamers have already participated in these giveaways. And then their giveaways. And speaking of giveaways, are you guys, do we have giveaways or are we doing giveaways?
Yeah,
I
absolutely. I would like to do some giveaways. What do you think, Lucas?
I think that would be amazing.
Let's go. Let's go. Awesome. I didn't want to put you guys on the spot. I just thought there
No.
was one.
Yeah, we always like to do a couple of those when we're with you guys.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, and are we getting any bear avatars? We have a lot of bear lovers in here, obviously.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, I don't know. We'll have to ask San Zeus, but I know I'm kind of interested in some werebears and things. You never know what you might end up as in there.
uh I'm okay with partnering with you guys and helping out.
Oh. Speaking of
See,
that, actually, somebody asked a question in the chat. I really would like to throw it Holly's way really quick.
Sure.
Um, who was it? I would actually like to give them here we go. It's Hero Zero NFT asked, "What's the biggest way for us to help at this point in the project? Design,
right.
copy, names, builders, devs? Question mark." So if I think this is actually a really important question for us to answer and throw out there for everybody to hear. So Holly, if you would like to take that one.
Yeah, I honestly, the biggest thing I think that can help us right now is well, probably the biggest is just helping us get the word out about how
Hmm.
amazing this community is, and what we're trying to accomplish here, and just try to find other like-minded people that might be interested in being in the community. We are looking for some artists, so definitely, you know, let us know if you know anyone or point them in our direction. But you know, we're really fortunate and just really blessed to have such an amazing group of people, and we just anything and everything that people want to help us with, we're just so grateful for.
I'm just pointing at myself if if you're looking for any artists here.
I like it.
um,
You're just
don't
the
tell so
cutest.
don't tell
You're just the
don't tell Soul
cutest
Sam.
bear.
He's like fired. Awesome guys. Any I think that's all pretty much everything that I considered in terms of question. Is there anything you guys want to add before I wrap this up?
Well, I again, I just want to say thank you to everybody who came and everybody who's in chat, and just all the love. I mean, we really do feel that, and it's incredibly important. It keeps us going. Depending on what
Yeah.
we're working on, this can be 17-hour days for
Look
us.
how crowded that is and the oh my god. I feel like I want to be in there, but my computer would crash.
Yeah, we have some fun parties in here, and it's so funny because we had New Year's in here, and I was gonna take everything out, and then I thought, what, we're gonna want to have more parties though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna leave it in here.
It's funny.
Awesome.
I've never said this. I haven't said this to any of you guys yet, actually, but that was the first New Year's party that I have attended in like 5 years.
Yeah.
I used to work in the nightclub industry, and so days like
Oh, I
New
know where you're
Year's
gonna go
Eve,
with this, Lucas.
yeah, I hate them so much. And this is the first time I've had fun at a New Year's party in over 5 years. So to everybody that was there, thank you very much.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I mean, I said I was really surprised, and I don't know how it sounded when I said that, but I knew it was going to be fun, but I just didn't expect it to be that much fun. We just had such
Yeah.
a blast, and we just really connected with everyone, and it was just a special way to spend, to just bring in a new year
Yeah.
with in this new project with these new friends. It was just really, really special.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it
it really
definitely. And,
was.
and one thing I wanted to mention, you guys have these orange names on it. Those are, in case people are wondering, those mean that they are ambassadors, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, yep.
But we're not the
And
only
what?
ambassadors in the group. To be fair, I know candidly Kristen is here. She is a an ambassador for the Sandbox. I
Big
believe
Papa
V is
Duke.
Big Papa
big.
Duke, yeah.
Big Papa Duke is here. He is an ambassador for the Sandbox. I don't think V is here, but if she was, her name might be orange. The only
I
reason that
did.
ours is orange and theirs isn't is because Holly and I have been ambassadors for almost a year now, and
Hmm.
so they actually had to
They
put
just
some.
haven't gotten their orange yet.
Yeah, they just haven't gotten their orange yet. It'll happen before Alpha 2 launches,
They
whenever that
will.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will.
They'll get
Yeah.
their Glowtron suit. I forgot I was still wearing this, so when I logged in, I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna glow today."
Awesome. Well, Holly and Lucas, thank you guys for joining me today. It was definitely a pleasure and an honor, and I'm really excited to be part of Sandhelm. I'm sure everybody on here as well, and we appreciate everything you guys do for the community and with your project. So much detail into it. Everybody, please make sure to follow Sandhelm on their socials. I'll post a link on their Twitter right now in chat. And if there's any other things that needs to be posted, so Sam, can you please post them for us? Make sure you join their Discord. All the juicy stuff is on the Discord. Big community there. I was kind of late in there myself, but I'm in there now, and I'm happy to be in there. And to, like I said, to celebrate Sandhelm, we will have a party tomorrow at the King of Kingdoms channels tomorrow, and Dietz will be on his Twitter. Thank you guys so much for coming in today. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you for
much for
having us.
having us.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, same here. Thank you guys.
Wait,
Thanks
we haven't done the
everybody for
giveaway
tuning
yet.
in.
Oh, we didn't do the
Oh wait, are we
giveaways.
do we want to do that on stream, or do you want to do it after, like on Twitter or something?
Well, that's up to you.
Yeah, it's your show, Dizzy. What do you
Yeah, it's
want to
your
do?
show.
I don't know how we would do it right now on stream. How should we do it? So Sam,
Do you guys
how
have
should
one of the
we do-
tools that I can actually say we can get people to join into the all these guys keep putting me on the spot. Slaterade. Yeah, we could figure it out. If you are
Yeah.
in this, then we'll figure it out. We will do.
I think we should do it normally through the way we do it with SandStorm. We don't have the tools with the SandStorm Meetup channel. I think we should do it regular with the Twitter, where they follow, retweet, etc. And I think that's probably the best way to do it.
I have a question. Can we make it
Yes.
so they have to have the POAP in their wallet to claim?
I
the
think
prize?
we can technically. Yes.
Okay. So everybody,
Yeah.
if you hear that, make sure you're grabbing the POAP, and it's only going to be available to people that are in here, because we want to reward
right.
you guys for being incredible and awesome and sticking around for as long as you did.
Yeah, we can just ask them to post the POAP wallet on the Twitter link, and then whatever random one comes, we'll just check that, and if it's in there, then they'll be eligible. I think that works.
I like it.
Awesome. All right, guys, make sure Soj Sam to prepare that Twitter for that giveaway. First
He's
of all,
probably really happy with us right now.
Thanks everybody for watching. All right, guys, thank you so much. Love you all. Love our guests. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.